I'm 18. I just finished school. Most people my age are worried about college admissions or relationships or whether their friends secretly hate them. I'm worried about whether my father will ever forgive me, or whether he even should. I've never told this whole story out loud. Not to my friends. Not to my relatives. This is the first time I'm putting it all together in one place, because if I don't, I think it's going to rot inside me. Growing up, my dad was the good guy to everyone else. Calm. Respectable. The kind of man neighbors trusted with spare keys and teachers praised at parent meetings. He wasn't a monster. He didn't drink. He didn't hit us. There were no obvious red flags. But inside the house, he was different. Not violent. Just cold. Controlling. Suffocating in ways that are hard to explain without sounding dramatic. Every decision had to pass through him. What I wore. Who I spoke to. What I studied. What I believed. If I disagreed, he'd smile and say, "You'll understand when you're older," and then quietly punish me with silence, withdrawal, or subtle humiliation. My mom absorbed most of it. She learned how to disappear emotionally. I learned how to lie. By the time I was 15, I was living a double life. At home, I was obedient. Outside, I was angry and reckless. I stole small things, not because I needed them, but because it felt like control. I skipped classes. I kept secrets like they were oxygen. Then one night, everything shifted. I came home late and heard my parents arguing in the kitchen. That wasn't unusual. What was unusual was my mom crying, really crying, the kind where your body gives up trying to be quiet. I froze on the stairs. She kept saying the same thing, "You promised me. You said it was over." My father didn't shout. He never shouts. He spoke slowly, carefully, like he was explaining something to a child. "You're misunderstanding," he said. "You're emotional." That word, emotional, felt like a weapon. Later that night, my mom came into my room. She looked smaller than I'd ever seen her. She didn't explain everything, but she didn't have to. I understood enough. For years, my dad had been manipulating money, forging signatures, using accounts that weren't his. Nothing flashy. Nothing that would raise alarms quickly. Just enough to build a safety net, for himself. Not for us. And if it ever collapsed, he had already decided who would take the fall. Her. At first, I did nothing. That's the part one hates admitting the most. I told myself it wasn't my business. I told myself adults handle adult problems. I told myself my father knew what he was doing. I even told myself that reporting him would destroy our family, and that would be my fault. Weeks passed. My mom grew quieter. My dad grew more relaxed, like someone who knows the ending of a story no one else has read yet. Then I found the folder. I wasn't snooping. I was looking for my birth certificate for college forms. The folder was mislabeled, tucked behind old tax papers. Inside were copies, accounts, documents, timelines. And a single handwritten note, in my father's handwriting: "If questioned, she manages finances." That was it. No anger. No insult. Just a sentence that erased my mother as a person. That night, I didn't sleep. I kept thinking about what kind of man plans like that. Not in panic. Not in desperation. But calmly. Methodically. Years in advance. I also kept thinking about myself. About how easy it would be to stay quiet. About how safe silence had always been in our house. 2 days later, I made the call. I didn't feel brave. I felt sick. I felt like I was betraying something sacred, even though I knew that something was already broken. When the investigation started, my father looked at me differently. Not angry. Not shocked. Disappointed. As if I had failed a test he never explained. He hasn't spoken to me since. My relatives say I overreacted. That I ruined his life. That family matters should stay inside the family. My mom doesn't say much, but she sleeps better now. She laughs sometimes. That's new. As for me, I don't feel like a hero. I don't feel proud. I feel older than 18. I learned that doing the right thing doesn't feel clean or cinematic. It feels lonely. It feels like grief mixed with relief. It feels like choosing a future where you don't become the person you were trained to protect. I don't know if I'll ever stop wondering who I would have been if I'd stayed silent. But I do know this, if I hadn't spoken up, would have learned to disappear too. And that